Hello, friends. Cowboy Joe Boo here with the Joe Boo Report. And today on First Take, say it isn't so. Some people are favoring the Dallas Cowboys against the Carolina Panthers. Eric Allen joins the set, and we know how much he just loves the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go to the tape.
Tony Romo returned and Dallas is back to their winning ways, but the Cowboys have a very tough test on Thanksgiving when the undefeated Panthers come to town. Cam torched Washington Sunday, 5 TD passes, each to different receivers. And the Redskins ran for only 14 yards against Carolina's tough defense. Eric Allen's in the house, you know a thing or two about those Cowboys in the NFC East. Played them quite a few times. Now, according to Westgate Sportsbook, Dallas is favored by 1.5. Eric?
You're laughing out loud?
Eric?
You're
It's great to have you back.
We had to search deep for that, right? I mean, out of everything, we had to search.
Why?
Well, everybody
I
knows
always
that.
look at
It's
the
out
line.
there, man.
Oh my God! And I know people are on the bandwagon now. Tony Romo's back. I mean, Dez is happening. Dallas Cowboys are doing their thing.
Oh, not this guy.
They are facing one of the toughest teams in the National Football League this year. Josh Norman. I mean, just a shut down, lock down Josh Norman.
He's the best.
He is one of the best receivers. He will shut down Dez. Dez is not playing 100%.
Yeah.
And then you have that outstanding linebacker core. You got Kuechly, you got Thomas Davis, you got Tillman back there helping out.
Wow.
You got Harper making runs, and Sackman, Kawan Short.
Yeah.
There's no way the
No
Dallas
way.
Cowboys should be favored against the mighty Cam Newton
Yet
and
they
the
are.
Carolina Panthers.
What do you think about 38-7 Carolina?
Well, they'll get like 10. I think Cowboys will get 10.
10?
But right now, we're talking MVP candidate in Cam Newton making it happen, running all over the place.
Is he
throwing
the
ball.
MVP, though?
No, Brady's a
Okay,
D
thank
MVP.
you.
He's
Wanna make
second.
sure you're
second.
getting
It's like
carried
Machine
away.
is second.
A close second.
You know, throwing for 4 or 5 touchdowns,
Yeah.
running back in.
Against those Redskins. He did.
It doesn't
I
matter.
give it to him.
The Carolina
Yeah.
Panthers should
Way
be
to go.
favored
Yeah.
by a large margin.
By a
according
large
to
margin?
EA's book.
Should they be favored by, say, 10 then, or 12?
I would say, let's go 11 and a half.
11 and a half
11 and a
says
half.
EA.
My shoe size.
What says Stephen A. Smith?
What?
I will tell you this. I think that if Carolina is going to lose a game this season, or two, it's going to be over the next 2 games. They got a road game against Dallas. They got a road game against New Orleans. Do I think the Dallas Cowboys should be favored? Utterly ridiculous. Of course they shouldn't be. But I will say this. I do think that the game itself is going to be very interesting. Thanksgiving, short week, holiday, likelihood is guys don't really want to play on that day, you know, for Carolina.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, you're just playing on a Sunday, and then after that, you got Thursday. You can be chilling at home with family and friends instead.
Yeah,
You
but
got to
then you
work.
get to chill for 10 days, right?
I agree with that. I'm just
Two ways to
talking
look
about
at it.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
not a Thursday game.
I think Cam wanna
but
do his thing on
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
But since he's going to be there, I think he's going to
Wake
do
us
his
all up.
thing. I just think it's one of those situations. However, I think the Dallas Cowboys can make it very, very interesting because Carolina comes in there with the perfect record, and so the hype is surrounding that franchise as opposed to the Dallas Cowboys. And we all know they're always starving for publicity. They're not happy unless you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. They don't even care if you're talking about them negatively. Just have us in the press so that you can remind the world that we're relevant, and that's really what they want. So I think this is one of those situations. I think they will show up. I think the Dallas Cowboys will play a highly competitive game. I think this will be a nail biter, but I'm still going to roll with Carolina to handle their business in this contest.
But you think it's laughable that Dallas is favored?
I don't think they should be favored. I don't think because there's nothing to justify the Dallas Cowboys being the favorite in this game. Absolutely nothing to justify it.
Okay. Back to my friend Eric Allen, who mentioned that the spread should be 11 and a half, which is his shoe size, 11 and a half.
Who
And
hates
I
the
think he just
Cowboys?
put a size 11 and a half right in his mouth. I think you just put your foot right in your mouth. Because, call me crazy, but I think my Cowboys are back. I think you will see on Thursday the team that you saw in games 1 and 2, especially the team that won handily at Philadelphia in game 2. Remember that game? Should have been 20-3. They got a late touchdown, 20-10. This team is back. This team will beat Carolina on Thursday. I know we should save our. I don't want to save my predictions because I see this one coming. And here's the point. There is no way Carolina is a 10-0 type of team. They are much overrated as a 10-0 team. And I think we would all agree that Dallas is extremely underrated as a 3-7 team with its quarterback back and even 75% of Des Bryant back. I give you, he's still a little iffy on his right foot, just a little bit. But he got open a couple times yesterday. He caught a 16-yard touchdown through beat double coverage into the end zone, and it looked like the good old days. And that team on that touchdown pass that made it 21-14 after Miami had tied it, bounced back to life. Like, our guys back, we're back, our defense is back. It's the best defense in the division. It's the best offensive line in the division. I think it's the best skill talent in total in the division, including the quarterback, the receivers, and the running back. And I think that Cam will come in there flying high. He's having fun. We all love what he's doing. But I'm going to remind you about Cam Newton's team. They won at Seattle on a late throw in which the Legion of Boom or Doomed at that point did not even cover Greg Olsen. Remember that throw? That won the game for Cam Newton. And then Aaron Rodgers got scared, I'm going to say it one more time, in the pocket on the crucial late play at Carolina when it looked like they were back in the game, and failed to see a wide open Randall Cobb in the end zone, a little pitch and catch for that would have sent it to overtime. And that's what it took for Carolina to remain unbeaten, because you can't show me another game on their schedule where you say, wow, that was impressive. I give you Seattle, and I give you struggling Green Bay at Carolina. I give you those. But I'm not going to give you this one, because I think they're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time against a Dallas team that almost won 6 of those 7 games that they lost. They were right there at the buzzer, man. They were right there.
Yeah.
Every game I can show you, they're right there. They're right there. They needed a quarterback to make just
you
one
had missed
play.
the fourth quarter this week.
Just one play. And Tony Romo's going to make that play. I agree it's going to be close. I will give you this. Remember, most of the time, the odds makers give 3 points to the home team. So to say that Dallas is favored by 1.5, you could also make the case that they're not favored by 1.5, right?
Yeah.
And remember this, because Dallas is America's team, and they are so public in the betting public, people will leap on the bandwagon with both fists betting this week. So clearly, the odds makers want to set the line to encourage a few people to bet on Cam. Just a few people, so they will favor Dallas to say, wait a second. Really? Okay, so Cam's getting points at Dallas. So they're begging people, they're encouraging, they're pushing people to bet on Cam Newton here. So that's the odds maker's psyche. So I get that. I'm not saying that 1.5 is the correct line. I'm just saying that Dallas will win a close game. That's all I'm saying. So I don't care what the line is. You can laugh at it all you want.
So you're saying that Vegas concerns about pumping up
They always
Cam
do.
Newton.
Listen, Dallas is the most bet-upon team in pro football. People go crazy betting on, and they do get carried away. The bandwagon will roll this week.
They're back in the division. I understand that they're back in the division, but we're talking about level of competition. I mean, it is not even close. Just like the NFC East is maybe the worst division in football.
So you think the Carolina Panthers are significantly better than the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes, I do
not.
Yes, I do. Yes,
I don't.
They're plus 13, which is the most important probably numbers we need to talk about. They're plus 13. Okay, they're picking the balls off. They have over 30 sacks. They have an outstanding back end, which is going to really negate what Tony Romo needs to do to make those plays. There's not going to be any double teams on Dez. There's going to be single team on Dez, and he's basically going to be taken out of the game. So now you have to really focus on the running game for the Dallas Cowboys. And although, they had a pretty good dose of the running game, this week it's not going to be like that. Got the 2 best middle linebackers in all of football.
Yeah.
So the running game is going to be shut down. So Tony Romo,
it sounds like Dallas shouldn't even show up for this.
No, they should show up because they want to be talked about the beatdown that's going to happen with the Carolina Panthers.
10
and
points.
then Cam Newton just dancing on them. Just dancing on
Haterade.
Big old turkey leg at the end of the game.
See, the thing about it is that I think that Dallas's defense is capable of neutralizing Carolina's offense to some degree. I think what Cam Newton has done has been absolutely sensational. But if there's a defense that can get up in him, sort of plug those holes, keep him contained to some degree, and keep the score close, I think Dallas defense is capable of doing that. Where I lose faith in the Dallas Cowboys is because I'm wondering what is that offense going to do against Carolina's defense. That's my question mark. But also keep in mind, Carolina's special teams are suspect, as the Redskins showed again yesterday. So let's just keep that in mind as well, because you can score points in a variety of ways. Your defense might shut Dallas's offense down, but you might give up some points special teams wise. And so I got to be mindful of all of that to say that there's a reason this game, in my estimation, will be close. But to me, the challenge is Tony Romo back, working off the rust after one game.
In a short week.
In a short week. Des Bryant's not 100% yet. The Carolina defense should have a field day with Dallas.
Field day.
That short week is really going to hurt guys who are not completely healthy. Tony Romo coming off an injury in a short week.
Okay.
An older football team.
Yeah.
It usually hurts. So again, that's what you need to be looking at as far as a short week is concerned. Not a healthy young football player opposed to a banged up older football player. I'm telling you, I've been in a situation where I played on Sunday, had to come back on Thursday. For a guy, you're in your 10th or 11th year.
My Cowboys have lived in that situation their whole lives from the start, because they do this every year. They get ready for Thursday. They go Sunday, Thursday, every year of their existence.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys favored against Carolina. Go figure. Have a great day, friends, and can't wait for the turkey.